as golfers, we're always trying to get better. So whether it's a friend who tells you my golf ball is pissing all over yours as it flies by, and it makes you want to increase distance with driver, or realizing you are hitting slices, uh, hitting hooks, and trying to fix one part of your game, not getting compression on the ball, etc., etc. We all turn to either lessons or a device, a training aid to give us a hand. Well, just received something in the mail. Let me get this. And it is called GEM. It is, what does GEM stand for? Uh, I should know this, but I don't. GEM. So, anyway, let's open this up. I don't want to tear the box apart. And what we have here is, looks like an instruction booklet. Yes, there's instructions on it, as well as a pouch which contains some different items. Oh, it's all rolled up. So we've got a gemgolf.com, and we have here, it is Golf's Essential Move. That's what GEM stands for. So, yeah, I guess I will be learning Golf's Essential Move with this product. And actually, what it is, if I make a lot of noise unwrapping this, is we have a connector which connects to your golf club. We have, it's like unwrapping a Christmas present here. Oops. We have 3 different rods. Rod number 1, a large rod. Rod number 2, an in-between medium rod. And finally, rod number 3. And my understanding, in looking at a couple of videos, is what we need to do is hook up the connector to the golf club. And I think I'll attempt to do that here. And then the rod. So you loosen the connector, remove one side of it. Okay. You can see what I'm doing here. Loosen this up as well, not remove it. And then what we need to do is to take the golf club and put this on here. Let's see, I think I need to loosen this some more. Put this on here and bring this up to about half an inch or so. Leave about half an inch on the grip, the bottom of the grip. Tighten this up, and I believe we want to get this in line with the club head. So we'll do that. Tighten this up. You can see what I'm doing. My hand's in the way. Tighten, tighten. That's good. On this side, we'll put our rod. I think both sides of these are the same, threaded. Goes on easy enough. Tight, and then we have the ball, which goes on here. And my understanding, and I should look at the directions here. I looked at a video very quickly on their website, but so I've hooked up rod number 1, the large rod, and then let's see. Screw on the ball weight, fully tighten 6 to 8 times for safety. That makes sense. And now what we do is we move the club and practice a swing for about 10 or 15 times. And the idea behind it is that, ooh, boy, feel the weight there. We don't want the club to be like this because it's too close and you can see the rod over there. Some people bring the club back this way, and if you do that, you're too open and the rod will lean that way. So we want to get sort of an in-between, which is right there, right there, right there. And then swing through, and I think by swinging through, I have to get used to this. Whoa! Now I'm not used to that. So, whoa! It feels a little bit, I don't know, wobbly, right word? It feels unbalanced in my hands as I swing through. I'm fine here, and then swing through. Let's see, there to there, there to there. Now, maybe I'm doing a little bit too much. Let's see, there to there. I think the idea is to get the toe through the swing. So that's the way, so if you swing it correctly, it seems to me like you get, so you start off here, you come through, and it brings sort of the toe around, so like that. So, oh, it's kind of a neat feeling. You know when you're doing it correctly, and you know when you're not. It feels good. And then my understanding is you're supposed to take the club after that and then hit a shot. We'll pull out 9-iron instead. Try to get that same feeling. Ooh, the club feels light. Ooh. I like that. It's kind of neat. I think I'm gonna have to play with this a while longer. But yeah, so this is the gem. Neat device. I'm gonna have to swing it quite a bit more and get used to the move of how you swing it. Now, obviously there's two more rods there. One, my understanding is you can switch this around with the lighter or the smallest rod, and don't put the ball on it, but you can hit with that, and I'm sure that one way or another it lets you see the movement of your club. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I'll be coming back after I've had some practice. So this is take two in using the gem. And what I've noticed in just a few minutes of practice is that I have been typically the one to, well, first of all, I used to bring the club way to the inside, and you can see what happens there. My next step after bringing it way to the inside, as I was told to have a closed club head. You see what happens there. But more than that, I have been having a follow through with my swing, which goes out open to there. Now, when I do that, the club, the gem, feels awkward. Actually, it does not like me doing that. So I've learned if I do this correctly, it sort of closes the toe of the club head, and which I guess is teaching me how I should be swinging. So I'm going to continue to use this 10 swings and hit a ball. 10 swings, hit a ball. I have a feeling I'll be using this quite a bit to practice my swing. So I'm just continuing to swing and get used to this device. And then through. Definitely the weight pulls the toe over. I've noticed that more than anything else. Back, through. And then we pull out the club. Let's see, a 9-iron. Gives you a good feeling, anyway, in swinging the club. It puts me more over the top than around, like I had been. If you've seen some of my videos in the past, you'll see I swing around my body. I'll have to take a look and see how this works with driver, because with driver, I tend to swing around my body just to keep it straight. I do like the way this works. Get that pin. Good shot. One thing I like is that the gem sort of gives me a rhythm, and if I speed up a little bit too much, it feels weird, but I think I could actually do this on a shot here. I'm going to give it a try. This is a 9-iron, typically hit about 125. That was just absolutely nailed. And when I say 125, typically hit, that is with total distance, and I just hit that one 140. And I love the ball flight. Just continuing to get used to the movement here. Back, through, back, through, back, through, back, through. I feel less of the wobble of this now. Through, back, through, back, through. Actually, you can see the wobble a little bit, but back, through. And now I've put the gem on my driver. Reading the directions, I'm not sure when to use the longer of the rods versus the shorter of the rods. Now, it's my understanding you can, so there's 3 rods. This is the long rod that's attached to my driver right now, but I'm not sure when to use rod 2. Rod 3 is a short rod that you put and face on top of your club. My understanding is that is very good for using wedges. So we'll have to give that a try with wedges. For now, I've got the long rod on here. I'm going to take some practice swings, just again, there and there. But again, what I like about this is I feel, as I swing through, I don't feel as much with the irons. With the irons, I really felt the toe coming through. I don't feel that so much with driver, although that is what my swing's tending to be. Now, the one thing that has me concerned is in swinging back here, it seems to be relatively steep. I personally don't know if I'm then supposed to shallow the club and come through, but at this point I don't know what I don't know, and it looks like I would just continue in this fashion and then through. So get my swings in here, and then I'll remove the rod. It can just remove the rod in the ball portion and actually hit with this connector still attached. So we'll do that in a little bit. Just getting some practice swings in. All right. Saying, hey Paul, what are you doing? Getting used to the gem, golf's essential move. And I've been trying to practice about 5 minutes a day the last few days, and basically let gem do all the work. And what that means for me is bringing it back a little bit steeper on the back swing, but then through, the toe gets through, and I feel like there's a good release with the toe getting through after impact. So basically, take about 10 swings or so, and then a nice thing about the gem is that you can remove the rod and the ball, keep the connector on, and not the best golf shoes here with the some clogs on, but then hit a nice crisp shot. I like it. Hi, this is Paul again. Today I've been practicing or playing with rod number 2. Same basic concept. It's a smaller rod that you get your club toe up level and then through. What I found with rod number 2 is there's less wobble. I look back at some of my videos with rod number 1 and it looked like I had wobble in my follow through. I didn't feel that wobble, but that's just the way it did come off to me. Rod number 2, maybe it has the same look, but it feels smoother. I'm still able to feel the release. And the benefit to rod number 2 is that you can take a full swing. I don't think I'd recommend that with rod number 1, but rod number 2, you can take a full swing. And it feels comfortable in doing that. Now, I would never, ever, ever hit a ball. If you want to hit a ball, take off the rod. We'll do that now. So you take off the rod and the ball. Oops. And flop a ball down. You could then hit a ball. If you wanted to, you could also reverse the connector that you see here. If you reverse the connector, and you can see the underside, if you reverse that and put this towards the top of the grip, you could put rod number 3 on there, and you could hit balls with rod number 3 pointing upwards. Cool. And this is rod number 3 on my 9-iron right now. If you'll notice, and I step back a little bit, it is facing up this time. And you can hit balls doing this. Again, just change the connector. The screw part sits on top, the rod goes into there. You don't put a ball in here. In fact, it won't allow for it. So, now if you were to practice, again, same thing. Get the rod this time up and swing through, rod up on the other side. You feel the toe moving, and you can set a ball down and crush it. Now, rod number 3 works great for wedges. I'll be trying that next, but for now, it's been great using gem. And after using gem over the course of several days with the 9-iron, 7-iron, hybrid, and driver, you get used to the different movements, knowing where to position the club in the backswing as well as the follow through. You might feel some wobble to begin with. The longer rod gives you more wobble. Try as best you can with the longer rod. If that doesn't work out well for you, then go to the rod number 2. Otherwise, this is a fantastic product. Best part about it is that it works well whether in the home golf simulator, on the range, or on the course. This is a 9-iron. And that is, I believe, 142 yards carry. I will take that every day with a 9-iron. Thank you for joining me in my golf cave today. I've enjoyed using GEM, Golf's Essential Move, over the last handful of days. So whether it's using rod number 1 and getting used to swinging just half moves and feeling backswing go on plane and then the release of the club, or rod number 2, where you can do half swings and then go to full swings. Or rod number 3, which is placed on top of the club. Great choice to practice wedge play. And the nice thing about rod number 3 is that you can also hit balls. The bottom line is, over the last handful of days, I've enjoyed using GEM, learning about GEM, using the different rods, and finding what seems like finally to me, the ability to get the backswing on plane, and the aha moment for me was the release. I don't think I've ever used any device, any golf training aid ever, where I felt the release like this. If you're having issues with your golf game, even if you're not having issues with your golf game but you want to be consistent, my recommendation, just go check them out. They're at gemgolf.com. Thanks, Gem. Really appreciate it.